We are starting this Crush It with Cassie off making some really basic peanut butter cookies. I have the recipe right here if you guys want to go ahead and screenshot it, but that's the recipe I followed. I had never used it before. It was definitely really good though. I would definitely recommend. They were really soft and kind of chewy, but they weren't dry. You know what I mean? So that's what we did. I made these with my kids because when I filmed this video, it was the end of the month and my kids had no snacks left. So we made some peanut butter cookies for them to have over the next couple days, and my trick with baking with little kids is I always give them a handful of chocolate chips, so you guys will see all those little chocolate chips up on my counter, and I let them eat those while we go ahead and make the cookies or whatever we're making. That way it helps them from sticking their hands in the KitchenAid.
Just pulled the first batch of our peanut butter cookies out, which is amazing. I did sprinkle them with a little bit of sugar. I sprinkled them with just a little bit of sugar before I threw them in. If you had jumbo Hershey Kisses, you could plop those on the top if you wanted. I'm gonna leave mine just like this because I don't have the Hershey chocolate chips. Making some lunch right now. We're doing some hot ham and cheeses with a little bit of pepperoni in them, and then I am also getting ready to do a little bit of food prep. Just gonna peel and cut some of these carrots into sticks for snacks and lunches over the next couple of days.
So now we're prepping some carrot sticks. Like I said, I kind of ran out of all my kids' snacks, but I like carrot sticks because they last more than a month in my fridge. So I just went ahead and peeled these, cut them down into sticks, and my kids ate these for lunch, for snacks. Sometimes they dip them in ranch, but more often than not, they just eat them plain. But you guys can see here how I'm making those carrot sticks, just kind of cutting them into more manageable pieces and slicing those thinner, I guess, to make them into actual sticks. And while I was doing that, I was also pulling out our cookies and making hot ham and cheese sandwiches for lunch.
So super quick, this is lunch today. Some of those cookies we just made, a couple of those carrot sticks we just prepped, and then I don't know if I showed you me making the sandwiches, but some hot ham and cheeses for the kids. If they want, they can have ranch for their carrot sticks. So we took a little bit of a break after lunch, went outside, played with the kids for a couple of hours, just about 2 or 3 hours. Did all that, did some garden stuff, gave the chickens some fresh water, but now it's nap time. My youngest is taking a nap. My 2 older girls are having some quiet time. That's what they do during nap time, so this can be TVs, tablets, sometimes I print off some coloring sheets or something like that. Today they opted to play with Barbies in their room, and then I turned on a movie for them in there, so they're good. And now, while everyone is kind of distracted, I cracked open a Diet Coke. Ding. I'm gonna drink that and just clean up the kitchen a little bit, put away these cookies and stuff. But I'm really just gonna focus on the kitchen. I'd really like to vacuum off all of my furniture, and then I have a load of laundry that just finished in the dryer that I'd really like to fold. So those are my goals for nap time. We'll see what happens.
Dishes are like the vein of my existence, honestly, so I like to start there to just get it done with. And really it could be way worse because having a dishwasher makes them so easy. So to complain about not having dishes is, or like having to do dishes, is such a small issue to actually have in life. But here we go, unloading the dishwasher and then reloading it with whatever I had left over in my sink from making lunch, eating lunch, and making those cookies. I also had some bigger items that I went ahead and hand washed because I have this issue where I really like to overstuff my dishwasher, and then I complain that the dishwasher isn't working because I overstuffed it and then my dishes aren't clean. Give this video a thumbs up if you also do the same thing. But go ahead and hand washing the things that just shouldn't go in my dishwasher or that would have overstuffed them, you know, because I'm trying to be nicer to my dishwasher these days.
In my head, did you really mean the words you said? Yeah, 'cause the way I see it, you had every chance to walk away, yeah. You and me are perfect, but I don't wanna hurt no one when all is said and done. Just tell me that
then I went ahead and started packing away those cookies so you can get a better look at them here. They were really good. I just sprinkled some sugar over the top of them when they came out of the oven. And of course, you have to eat one while you pack them away because they were just too good. So I went ahead here and was trying to find the cover for this Tupperware and couldn't find it. let me know if you do the same thing. But here we go, finally found it, eaten the cookie. And my kids actually found an old Christmas catalog down in the basement somewhere on a shelf. I have no idea where it was, but they found it, and they came up and we were talking about what they wanted for Christmas, even though it's July, or when I filmed this it was July, so Christmas in July. But they were circling things, telling me what they were going to put on their lists for Santa. And after I bake with my kids, I always make sure I wipe down the top of my chairs because they get so gunked and grimed. Went ahead in here and also started doing some laundry. This was the big thing on my list for the day. I had like 3 or 4 baskets I really wanted to go through and hang up all my girls' stuff. We're also getting ready for school shopping, so I was trying to take mental notes while I was doing their laundry on who needed what for clothing wise, you know what I mean? That way when I go to actually go school shopping, I know what they need and what they don't. So that's what I was doing here, kind of going through the girl stuff, counting, you know, short sleeve t-shirts, long sleeve t-shirts, school appropriate summer items, and then those sweaters, because here in Wisconsin we basically live off of sweaters from the end of September until April, because that's when the snow is here, which is really unfortunate, but that's what I was doing here.
I just wiped off my stove with my Method heavy duty degreaser. I love this stuff. I use it on everything, and I also use it to wipe down the outside of my KitchenAid. It works really well for getting rid of like those grimy fingerprints and stuff that happen up here when my kids help me and when I'm doing things, and especially when we're doing things with peanut butter and melted chocolate. It gets everywhere, and the degreaser really helps get it all off. So I'm just gonna take the same rag that I used to wipe off the stove and wipe it all down, and then I'll follow it up with dry rag and just wipe it off so there's not streaks on it. We took a little bit of a walk this morning down the road. One of the farmers by us filled 2 separate 40-acre fields full of sunflowers, and we went down to go look at those originally, but along the way they had a ton of like wildflowers all in the ditches. The girls picked some out of the ditches out of one of our neighbors' yards. They love watching the kids pick the flowers out of the yards, because I'm assuming it's one of those things where all of their kids are teenagers and they kind of miss the days when they watched their kids pick the flowers. So they let our girls come and pick the flowers out of their ditch. They're just random wildflowers. It's not like anybody planted them or anything, but the girls picked some and we put some in this vase, and now they're here and we will enjoy them. So we have a couple different flowers in here. It was a lot of fun, but I think we're gonna go back down there once Joe gets done with work and take some pictures with the kids or something, definitely for sure before the sunflowers wilt away. But that was fun. So I also have a little vase full of memory flowers, basically, which is a lot of fun. We picked those. So these are what I currently have for my wax melts. I will grab usually a couple. I really like the Better Homes and Gardens ones, which are just the Walmart brand wax melts. Typically at the beginning of every new season, I'll go and grab like 4 of these, and then I just rotate them throughout the season. I've learned that I really like wax melts over traditional candles, because I guess I'm what they call a power burner, which is where I want to light my candle at 8 a.m. and not blow it out till 10 o'clock at night and enjoy it all day, which is really terrible for your candles and it makes you go through them super fast. So I've learned that I like these wax melts because I can just put it in and do that. I can have it all day, and usually the smell will last a couple days before I will have to like dump it out and replace it with a different scent. So this is what I currently have left over from my last batch. I love these lemon blueberry donuts. I might repurchase this even though it isn't a Better Homes and Garden. I actually ordered these through a Walmart online grocery pickup, and this was a substitution for a different one that I had, which is one that I probably wouldn't have picked out for myself, but I love it. So I think this is the one I'm gonna throw in. It basically just smells like a blueberry muffin. It smells so good. It's one of my favorites. But this is another one they substituted on me, actually. I like this. It's not 100% my forte, but I like having it for something different. It's a little bit more tropical than what I typically like, but I think I'm gonna throw in these blueberry donut ones. But then I just opened this and now I'm like, that smells good. I might do this one just because I only have one of these left and I want to savor it, because I'm not going to buy new wax melts probably until September, once all their fall scents start to come out, and that's when I will buy just a crud ton, because those are my favorite scents. Like, I'm someone that will burn campfire fireside and pumpkin spice and all of that stuff all throughout the winter. Those are my favorite scents. I love all the Christmas scents, the Christmas tree ones, the woods ones. My favorite. I love them so much. So that's the time of year when I really buy a ton, probably way more than I'll ever actually need, just because I like them so much. It's one of those things that I really enjoy. It's just one of those things for myself, and those Walmart ones are $2 or $3 for a little case. So I'm gonna clean up in my laundry room just a little bit because I have a little bit more time, and I just put away a ton of laundry, and I have some laundry baskets that I want to stack on top of the dryer. So I'm just gonna clear off all the gunk, wipe everything down, and then we never use this sink or this bathroom at all, so I don't really know what happened here, but I'm gonna take the time to wipe this up too.
And here we are in my laundry room, which is also a half bath, which this is the one room in my house I really dislike. It's such a small space to also have the bathroom in here, and nobody ever uses it. So it's just, I don't know, I don't like it. I genuinely dislike it because there's no room in here for laundry baskets or anything like that. So this room gets cluttered really easily, even though it's really tiny. It's right next to our garage, so we have a habit of whatever needs to go in the garage doesn't actually make it the extra 3 steps to the garage. It just ends up on top of my washer and dryer. So I wanted to go through all that, sweep my floor, mop it, and do all of that thing as well.
I got this mop on Amazon, and it came with 3 of these replaceable or reusable mop heads, which I really like. They're awesome. I'm thinking about ordering another set of 3 of these mop heads, just because I have to mop a large amount of floor all at once, and if I don't switch them out about halfway through, my floors get streaky. That's the only issue I have with it. But this is the mop that I bought off Amazon. I like it because it has this thing here you can fill up with your fluid of choice or your cleaner of choice. I usually stick with Pine Sol water, a squirt of dish soap, some vinegar, something like that. But I love these mop heads. They work amazing. This whole mop system is really good. It was only like $30 on Amazon, and that's why I ordered this one. It had a lot of really good reviews as well. If I can remember, I'll link it down below if you're interested. Not affiliate, just linking it to link it.
Went ahead and mopped up this floor, and then I called it quits for the day, and we headed into day 2 of the Crush It with Cassie, which was actually me going grocery shopping. I went to Aldi this day. I do once a month grocery shopping, but what you guys don't know is I also do just all of my shopping in the beginning of the month. That means I also go to Walmart right away in the beginning of the month to get all my diapers and wipes and household products for the beginning of the month, which you see in my Walmart hauls. But I also will go to Tractor Supply, get all my chicken feed for the month, anything I'm going to need for them, any sort of chicken wire if we're doing projects for the chicken coop. I do all of that shopping in the beginning of the month. That way I have everything I need for the beginning of the month. We also pay all of our bills in the beginning of the month. That way everything is just taken care of, and the rest of the month is just smooth sailing. So the beginning of the month is genuinely very busy for us, but my brother tagged along with me today. So hey Eric, what's up? Thanks for being my Aldi shopping partner. He was so funny. He was talking about how he was counting how many steps I took before I threw something in my cart. And my brother just recently graduated high school, so hey, class of 2021, congratulations. But he's entering that world of adulthood, and he came grocery shopping with me, and he said if he went grocery shopping, all he would need is ramen and hot dogs and mac and cheese. And I relate. I definitely relate. If I could shop that way, I definitely probably would. So there's that. But he was my shopping buddy for the day, and that concluded everything that I really needed to get done. And here's all my groceries in the back of my very small vehicle.
I don't wanna stay here, no. Ain't gonna keep it